Hey y'all, it is January the 10th, 2020. And y'all, I look forward to and I hope to get the live stream going tonight. It's going to be on this channel. I'm going to be a little bit lazy. I'm going to go ahead and do it on YouTube tonight. Probably like 8-ish o'clock Central Standard Time, or maybe 8:30-ish Central Standard Time. And we're going to be talking about South Africa, right? I've talked to a lot of people about South Africa, and it's kind of gone under the radar as of recently, but it's still actually very significant. I wanted to talk a lot about it tonight on the live stream. Meanwhile, we got a headline right here. You probably already went ahead and read it, but I want to talk to you about it. Police man in Make America Great Again hat takes out gun after refusing to remove hat, sparking active shooter scare at Pennsylvania Mall. Now, most of y'all probably thinking, hey, this is some hoaxery, this is some tomfoolery, this is nothing more than gibberish strewn across the page. Yeah, you're right. Or, I mean, you might as well be right. Who's to say, right? But meanwhile, still pretty significant, pretty serious. A lot of people don't understand the time that we're living in. In fact, most people do not. They have no clue what's going on. Meanwhile, we know full well that all sort of wild stuff's going on. Now, none of it may be real, but I tend to believe that some of the wild stuff is real. Right? That's not to say that this story is real, but there's a real urge amongst the constituency of people out here who really seek to cause a civil war, if not an unrest. All right, that's the goals that they mean to do. They've been meaning to do it actually for a couple of years now, at least. From what I could tell, I mean, they're running behind basically and panicking and not knowing what to do. These people, all right, you might have an idea who these people are. And these people in their constituencies, they own all sort of these publications and they're fake news. All right, obviously, we've gotten to the bottom of that. It's not even under debate. But see, we're looking at it right now. And no matter how this situation actually played out in real life, we'll read some of the article. But no matter how it played out in real life, maybe it was nothing like the headline, doesn't matter. They wrote that headline for a reason. It's not because they want to help America by any means, right? And if for some weird, twisted reason they thought it would help America, it most certainly does not. All right, so it's January the 8th, 2020, published at 4:30 p.m., Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and it reads like this. An altercation over a man's refusal to remove a Make America Great Again hat triggered a recent active shooter scare at Pennsylvania Mall, police said. The altercation started outside when a man confronted another man wearing the hat in support of President Donald Trump outside the Wyoming Valley Mall in Wilkes-Barre on December the 30th. Authorities said December the 30th. That's actually a little while back, all right? Took them some time for them to catch up. The man threatened to assault the Trump supporter if he did not remove his hat. What? Okay, hold on one second. President Donald Trump outside the Wyoming Valley Mall in Wilkes-Barre on December 30th. Authorities said Tuesday. The man threatened to assault... What man? What? Assault the Trump supporter if he did not remove his hat, and then he tried to knock it off his head. I don't even know what this guy's... y'all, I don't know if I want plumb retarded. Or what is this? Police say the man wearing the hat then pulled a gun out. What? Pulled a gun out and pointed it at the ground, prompting the other man to flee the scene. Some people might have mixed emotions about that, whether or not that actually happened. It's a dispute. The tense dispute spread on social media, and caused social media. The panic at the social media. The mall
spread on social media.
You thought it was a drill, and you only knew it was real from looking at headlines in your phone?
Yeah, on our phone. We saw it on Twitter once it was eventually
and caused a panic at the mall. The Citizen's Voice reported, it's kind of interesting that people are knocking people's hats up off of their head in a threatening manner. It's really kind of interesting why they would do that. Wilkes-Barre Township Police Chief Will Clark said firearms are not permitted inside the mall, but the altercation is a gun-free zone. So the altercation happened outside near Macy's, where it is not a gun-free zone. The armed man had a concealed carry permit, which is legal and lawful. All right. And Clark said no charges will be filed against him. Okay. How is this a news story? It's not. Political differences prompted the altercation. Oh, you think so? Clark said, adding the assailant is, quote, obviously not a proponent of... He succumbed to DTS, all right, all over the place. It's a real thing, and it's a pandemic. Police have not identified either of the men involved in the row. In the row? Clark said police are looking for the other man involved in the confrontation who ran the hell away. That's interesting. So nobody got charged. They're looking for that man, probably because he's part of Antifa. Maybe they were both government agents anyways. Maybe this was all fake. It's none of our business. It isn't a news story, but yes, it does hit the headlines. Yes, it is supposed to divide America. Who can you blame for that? Who can you blame? I don't even know. Who wrote this? Oh, man. Visit the full site? Do I have to visit? Who wrote this? It's despicable. I'm going to visit the full site and see if they said who wrote this. Look. What am I looking at? Read more. Who wrote this? Read more. Is it this lady? Nope, probably not. The story has been updated after the original headline incorrectly described the situation. Dang. I can't even imagine what the real headline, the original headline was. Can you even imagine? It was worse than the original headline was even more egregious than this headline. So it's been updated by who? Nobody has no idea. By nobody. Nobody wrote this. Russian bots wrote this, I think, for CNN or CBS. So who cares, all right? It's January the 10th, 2020. Do plan to have a live stream tonight. And I want to make it a lot about South Africa in particular. And I do plan to have it, all right? And I hope nothing comes in the way of it. I'm planning to really dive into it, and people we need to remember about, not only South Africa, but all sort of different places around the world that go unheard of, right? We need to be a voice for the voiceless. And I'll holla at you a little bit later.